this is a community system that's sort of been modified to include a view that is event-centric. This is kind of like a conference app view. So you can see on here, there's a menu like getting started. You might have your event-specific logo here, your breakout of some information, a welcome letter, sponsors. You can create a custom menu for all of these. Home contains a few things at once for convenience. Again, this is just example content. So you might have your conference information there, pull up a map, your Wi-Fi password. You might have your conference map itself, what's going on, dining guide, hotels, all the stuff you'd expect. And these could all have like links to, jump into like your whatever map app default handles, and then you could call an Uber or something with it, like a really convenient flow structure potentially. And you have your schedule. If you are registered, you'll see your registered schedule. Otherwise, you see the entire schedule. You can hop into specific sessions as well. And all of your materials are consolidated, so you can access them conveniently. A lot of the AMS have bottlenecking issues. This automatically handles high concurrency and real-time requests for the data, like a 5-minute poll schedule. So, if changes are happening right near the event, that's compensated. Again, navigating your schedule right here. And you have your questions, pin, dismiss, ask, your surveys in real time. Each session and the event itself can have surveys. You have your leaders, you have your registrants, you can search them, you can message them. You start a discussion like this, and you can have real-time discussions here using WebSockets, so it's fast. And your material downloads automatically pulled from the AMS. Your notes, one thing that's cool, you can like take pictures with your phone and drop them in, so slides. Your notes are consolidated in one spot, which is kind of nice. And your speakers are all listed for all of your sessions, including the entire list. And your attendees, same kind of deal. So you can find all the attendees for all the sessions in the event. And the social wall it's sort of passive and active. You can actively post to the social wall, which will not send out notifications. It's all using the same sort of discussions mechanism though. So depending on the context, for example, questions don't send out discussion posts, although it's still using the discussions mechanism just like the social wall. And Twitter could just be a feed. Again, that's just kind of an example. And the evaluations, you can embed SurveyMonkey. Most people are already using that. And the help, this example is broken, but the one you set as moderator, I keep forgetting to set the moderator. Basically, it's so you can ask a moderator a question, if you have any questions during the event. So that's kind of the gist of this portion of it. There's also the ability to check in, with Kiosk. And this will pull against, it prioritizes automatically people who are actually registered, but you can also type in anybody for a walk-in. So you can on-demand print with against a label printer using Google Cloud Print, which is pretty cool. So you can print anywhere on Earth from any device on the registered printer. There's also, you can also check in with your smartphone using the QR code or typing this URL in, or you can use the code itself if you're already in the session. We have the badge scanning with QR code. You can do kiosk scanning. You can do kiosk check-in or check-out. For the checkout feature, you can force it so that only people who have checked in can check out. And of course, people can use their smartphones. They can use a URL. Basically, all the features of the community apply to this as well, and that's part of the magic. People can ask questions before things are happening. They can network professionally. They can ask questions during. They can do it afterward. It's extending the value of events past the event. So if we hop into the interactive view, This could, for example, be an embedded Zoom. So, we don't provide the video audio type of experience with that. We don't provide that. You can embed things, whatever's compatible can be embedded into this web experience. You can see that it knows I'm not checked in. It can ask me for a code. I can also launch this virtual exhibitor kind of experience here. And you can have panoramic sort of 3D video wrapped around it, or just pictures. I can hop in here. I can see sort of the tagline and a video of their presentation. You can enter a booth experience. So from here, you might contact some folks. You can follow that particular sponsor, and then they can continue having discussions with you afterward. Of course, you can also instant message folks. You can take notes on the vendor that are just for you privately. And if they have a separate meeting, you can launch into that, or maybe, they can have this persistent exposure, even after the event is over, which solves a whole other problem of, a vendor not getting much traction during the event, and then not being able to reach out to people so easily. You can see here, like a thank you for your sponsors based upon premium, gold, whatever their sponsorship. It expands the boxes accordingly to give them more exposure. There's also logo options, and then all of the emails, for example, all the discussions sent about the event can also have those vendor or those sponsors at the bottom of the email.